I just kicked my lazy oaf of a husband and 13 horrible sons out of my house. After seemingly endless years of putting up with that useless oaf of a husband, I finally had enough. At least, my 2 previous men did something to help, but him? Lehpaludhi did nothing to help me with anything. Not cooking, cleaning, gathering food, not raising our 13 sons. I had to do everything myself. Even chop firewood. How about that? Do you know how callous my hands are from all that wood chopping in the freezing cold? I may be old. I may be a bit old, but my hands should not have that many calluses. And our sons? Don't get me started on those 13 ill-behaved brats. They do nothing but cause trouble for the neighbors. Peeping into windows, harassing and tipping sheep, licking spoons and bowls. Oh, and Stufur steals pans, and that does not stop with the neighbor's pans. Then my one son steals leftovers. 3 or 4 just steal food, including sausages, and I cannot get a wink of proper sleep because Hurdasketlir is constantly slamming doors. No, their behavior does not just affect the neighbors for a few days a year, but me every single day. It's enough to drive a giantess insane, and it has. There is a reason I cook with a gigantic black pot, and it's not just because of my dietary preferences. There is a reason I look so old, and it's not just age. There is a reason I used to have an insatiable craving to eat the young flesh of those who are naughty. It's because of stress. Well, you try dealing with 13 sons who make your life and the lives of your neighbors a living hell, and a useless, lazy, good-for-nothing husband, and see how long you can last before something in you breaks. And yeah. Before you go, your role as a mother is to take care of your children and care for them. Before you come at me with that bullshit, I'll have you know that my sons have all been legal adults for over 1,000 years. Yeah, that's a millennium. Yeah, 1,000 years. So I'm clearly certain that I'm within my legal rights to kick their freeloading, troublemaking asses out of this house. And I know my cravings and addiction is a bad thing. Yeah, do you have any idea how it has affected my waistline? I'm working on it. I am. After years of young, generally naughty long pork with no regard for severity of naughtiness, I've decided to switch things up. Now, I only eat the meanest and baddest kiddos. Yeah, that's right, the worst. You know, the ones that murder pets, torture animals, kill people, and will go on to rack up body counts in the future. I'm taking future serial killers and murderers out of society and cooking them into stew in my big pot. You're welcome. And before all of you throw the classic, "Oh, well, you'll forever be alone." You know, I have my cat. And I must say that Jóla Kötturin is my best friend and perfect partner. I repeat that again, that was Jóla Kötturin. Jóla Kötturin. Honestly, after centuries of putting up with that worthless sack of lard of a husband and those monsters of sons, I am just fine with living with my cat. Jóla gets me, and we have the same tastes in food, so that helps a lot with finances. In the evenings, I now sit in what is now my chair with my beloved Yule cat on my lap, and I just enjoy the crackling fires burning in the nearby town. In fact, since I kicked my now ex-husband out and forced my sons to relocate, My life has never been better. My cravings have gone down, my hair is growing back, and I swear I have de-aged at least a few centuries. That's great. And sure, I keep having neighbors show up and begging me and insisting me that I should take my sons back in. But you know what? I'm not going to. I dealt with those 13 little shits for centuries. I do believe that they should be capable of surviving on their own. So what if the nearby town has developed into chaos and is now on fire due to them running rampant? How about that? That's not my problem anymore. The neighbors can sort it out on their own. I have more important matters to attend to. You see, Jóla Kötturin was looking more plump than usual this season. Honestly, I was quite worried that it had eaten too much. This is why my neighbors should start gifting each other socks at holidays again, as my cat can only fit so many meals in his stomach. But as of this morning, my worries have been alleviated because it turns out that my beloved Yule cat was pregnant. I came downstairs this morning to find Jóla Kötturin in the kitchen with 13 adorable kittens. They are such adorable fluffy fiendish balls of fur. I'm so happy right now that you couldn't possibly understand. I'm holding the smallest one right now. It's got a tiny white patch on its forehead and it's chewing on a leg bone. It's so cute. The little paws have the cutest little toe beans. I wish I could share a picture with you, but all of them are impossible to capture on camera. But now I have 13 more mouths to feed. I guess I'll have to gather extra food stores this year. I wonder if the cage in the basement still has a working lock. There are more than enough bad seeds this year to feed all of us. I'm just worried about maintaining freshness of the food, you know? Yeah. I'll worry about that much later. Right now I'm just so overjoyed at this turn of events. If I had known kicking my husband and my sons out of the house would make my life this much better, I would have done so centuries ago. You're probably wondering why on earth I'm sharing this on Reddit, right? Well, the reason is simple. I just wanted to let the world know that since my husband and sons are kicked out of the house, you might notice an uptick in strange things happening. Also, there might be an increase in missing persons this year. The Yule kittens have to eat to grow big and strong. But don't worry, I'll do my best to ensure only the truly vile are taken. So keep that in mind when your seemingly kindly old neighbor with the nice garden goes missing tomorrow. Oh, and maybe check under the begonias. That's where your neighbor hid the evidence. I'm also posting to tell you that Hurdasketlir is why your door keeps randomly slamming and waking you up. And here's your problem now. Because I, Grilla, am far too busy living my happy divorce, empty nest, crazy cat lady lifestyle to do anything about him, or any of my sons, or my ex-husband. And I genuinely don't care that your town is on fire because that's your problem, not mine. My only current problem is naming kittens. Any ideas? I'm open to suggestions.